just having to catch words. So he listened to that. He listened to the beat that you now know is Loving It, right? And it didn't have the verse part in there yet. And he liked that one. He liked a whole lot of other beats, right? And so there's a lot of beats on there that you know. You know, the Cut Me Deep beat was on there. The Welcome to Durham beat was on there. Loving It beat was on there. There's a whole lot of beats on there that you know. And so,
okay,
I'm about to take the CD out. Again, he like, no. He said, wait a minute. He said, look, wait a minute. He said, hey, what's your story? I said, well, I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, bro. I said, I believe you were there with me. You know, I remember that episode when they was at somewhere, it was in Winston. Well, it was on MTV and Beanie jumped the wall to fight some dude. That was in Winston, okay? And so, I said, I'm from Winston, North Carolina, man. I said, you know, making beats. I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, be real with you, man. Like, you know, I'm not saying this, I'm in front of you. I think you the best alive right now. I said, this is 2003, so man, I appreciate that, man. He said, but tell me this, what you doing on Sunday? What you doing tomorrow? This is Saturday night. I said, what I need to be doing tomorrow? And he said, you need to be up in here. So, all right. So he leaves, he walks out, he daps everybody up. He leaves the studio. Beyonce came up to me and said, I love your stuff, I love your work. Everybody, so when he left out, it was like dead silence in the room. Niggas like, okay, like, okay. 30 seconds later, he comes back and he peeks his head in the door. He said, yo, can I have that CD ride home to? Yeah. Yeah, so I gave him the CD, he ride home the CD. So the next day, I came back, we couldn't record the next day because his mom, you know, was talking on the beginning of December 4th and he needed her to do that part, so they did that part that day. So Monday, we up in the place. Now granted, that night when I left the studio, I walked from 26th Street to Times Square. That's from 26th to like 42nd on a natural high. I don't even remember that walk. Like I was walking and I was calling everybody on the phone. I called my boy, one of my best friends, and I told him the story. He hung up the phone, packed his car, picked up two other niggas, and drove to New York. And at the time, he had a gray Riviera, a Buick Riviera that leaned down in the back. He drove New York. So Monday, we all there. I did Future Flavors that Sunday night. If you ever heard my Future Flavors mix, I did it that Sunday night. And it's funny that Marley Marl asked me, who did I want to work with? And so the next day, we in the studio, it's Monday. We in the studio, I got there early. Jay walked in, you know, a little bit like 15 minutes. I mean, he had on these, this is 2003, he had on these shoes and they looked like Air Force Ones, but they really weren't Air Force Ones. It was a shoe and it was a swoosh on it, but it had a star at the end of them. I'm like, the hell is those? Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even, and I asked, I said, J man, don't even worry about it. It was Bapes. This is 8 years ago. Man, this is 8 years ago. So he had on some shoes I ain't never seen. Okay? So we in there, so we going through some more beats, and he said, you know what? He said, man, you got a whole lot of beats. He said, I need for you to make something with that bounce to it, like unbelievable. Like, he said, he grabbed the CD, he said, can you make something with this or whatever? I said, yeah. And at the time I was messing with my Fruit Loops, it was stalling. So I called my man that worked at Def Jam to download me another copy of Fruity Loops so he can bring it to me. Because mine was messing up. So he ran down, I said, man, just bring it to me. He's like, for what? I said, man, you just gotta bring it to me. So he brought me another copy of Fruity Loops. I loaded it up, and Jay was like, can you do something with this? I said, yeah. He said, all right, I'll be back. He left. I put that CD in there, man. It was A Woman's Threat by R. Kelly. I listened to it a couple times. That's okay. So I chopped it up, put some drums behind it, let Young Guru hear it. Jay came back. By the time Jay came back, he listened to it in his headphones. He had it on. He looked at me like that. Okay. So we loaded the joint up in Pro Tools. We cranked it all the way up. So he listened to it, and then he went out of the studio room and walked in the big recording room. And so then he turned all the lights down. So it's like a movie. Like the only thing you can see is his hands and the chain. And he had a gold Rockefeller chain at the time. So you can see his hands, his chain. You can't see nothing else. You can imagine this. So I get in one of the rolling chairs and I rolled up to it's a long SSL board. And it's Young Guru and it's me and it's my boy Mike Burvick who drove up from what, North Carolina. We all in there. So he started, now go back. He's doing ad-libs at the beginning. So then he went back and he started over. Dun, dun, yeah. I told y'all niggas 9 times, stop fucking with me. Like, and he went all this, and he said, you niggas must got 9 lives. Ninth wonder. Nigga. You ever seen that commercial with the Indian on the trail of tears? And one tear rolled down his eye like he's so hurt by his people, then destroyed. Bruh. All that I had worked for, all that I had slaved, all that my back hurting sitting in front of the computer, man, my fingers hurting. Right. All that whole time me trying to master that program, and niggas said it wouldn't work. The niggas said that was not it. The niggas said that there was a failure, that you sound so underground and sampling is dead, and don't nobody want to hear that. Here it is, the biggest rapper on the planet, Earth, right. Just said my name on a track. Ooh, wait till the niggas in North Carolina hear that shit. So, he did it. He did his first verse, and he left. Go do something else. And the crazy thing is, the whole time, this nigga, he a Madden head, so he whooping niggas in Madden, and he beating my friends in Madden and shit. He whooped my niggas so bad, and just all that, man. And then Just came in. That was the first time he meeting Just Blaze. Just Blaze came in. Freeway came in. It was so many people. So then he came back. He was like, yeah, man, so what we gonna do is we gonna let Cedric the Entertainer talk on it. I'm like, where is he? Down the hall. So I go down the hall to look in the pool room, Ced in there shooting pool. I said, man, this ain't my life. There's no way. So he came back down the hall, and Ced came in there, and Ced did like 45 minutes worth of threats, and we cut him down. Wow. But then after he did that, he stayed in the booth about 20 minutes, just saying all these funny threats or whatever. So after that, Jay was like, all right, go. Play What More Can I Say? So he plays What More Can I Say? And it's loud, like, and it's like, are you not entertained? Like, this is, and he played, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, man, what in the hell am I a part of? Like, he played that, and that was by the Buchanan. And then he played December 4th after that. And then he said, here's a single. He played Change Clothes. And then he played Allure. Then he played Lucifer. He had all these records were done. Like, he had all these records done, okay? And so I'm like, so then the next day I came back, he did the third verse, and third verse. And he was like, yeah, Knife, you ready to make history? Yep. Whatever you trying to do, wherever you gonna be at, that's where I'm gonna be at. Whatever. By that time, so many people that came out of the studio, Clark Kent came in there, so many cats came to the studio, man, just to hang out, to see. Because at the time, when Jay-Z was working on the album, this is a big-ass deal. Like, people don't understand, he did a bulk of the Blueprint in a weekend. Wow. Some niggas can't do that in 2 years. Right. He did some of the biggest records on Blueprint in a weekend. From Friday to Monday, I'm going to do Takeover, Izzo, Heart of the City, Never Change, and Song Cry in a weekend. And you don't know. In a weekend, those batch of songs in a weekend's time, and he's the type of person that I'm gonna record I'm not recording more than I'm keeping. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does, like, I'm gonna record 50 songs and I'm gonna chop it up. No. Right. We're recording these 14, and if it starts off it ain't right, then we ain't gonna keep it. That's how he was at the time anyway. Wow. So he left the studio on Tuesday night, dapped me up. I left the studio. By the time I got out Wednesday morning, I got a call. Is this Ninth Wonder? I was like, yeah. Yeah, this is such and such from Florida. We're an internet magazine from Florida. Is it true you doing a track with Jay-Z? Now we ain't even. It ain't. I ain't signed no paper. Nothing.